What is up, everybody? It's your boy Easy Paradox coming out with just a little bit of everything here on the channel. Here is week 6, top 25 games for this week, plus a little bonus content with Iowa Hawkeyes. But here, first game, noon Eastern, we have Oklahoma, Texas. I have the scores up here. I did a little bit of editing on how I'm going to present the games. I know I've been just following ESPN, but now we have a new format. We can see all the games. We can see everything. I got my wizard in the middle. We got Oklahoma, Texas right there in the morning. Two powerhouses. I think this is going to be a very close game. I don't think Oklahoma's going to be able to best them. I am not an Oklahoma believer. I don't really like Texas, but I am not an Oklahoma believer. I don't think Texas is going to cover. I think it's going to be too close. It's going to be a really close game, but they're not going to cover either thing. It's going to be very close. I have it 27-21, but Texas is going to come out on top. The next game here, noon Eastern, is going to be Maryland. The believers. I was a believer that they were going to be ranked this season. I was a believer that they're going to be ranked this week and be a rank-on-rank matchup, but they didn't get in. Louisville was a 25th team instead of Maryland, but I still believe Maryland's going to come out here with the upset. I am a true believer. I know every week I have a upset alert kind of thing going on, and I have Maryland being that upset alert. Ohio State hasn't proven anything. They haven't proven that they're very good. They're not going to cover. They're not going to cover any of these spreads. It's going to be super close. Ohio State's going to keep this close. Maryland's going to keep this close. It's going to be 17-14. The next game we have is LSU, Missouri. Both of these high-scoring offenses and their pish-posh defenses. This is what I have to say. I think LSU is an X2 team, the only X2 team ranked, and I think they're going to get X3 out of here, and Missouri is going to show the doubters that they are here to play and here to stay in the top 25. They're going to win by 10. It's going to cover the over, but LSU's not going to win. So next game, it's going to be a 3 o'clock Eastern game, Washington, UCLA. Washington's just going to run them. It's going to run them to town. They're going to go into the UCLA stadium, the Rose Bowl, and they're just going to run it up. They're going to beat so bad, it's going to be unbelievable. I know a lot of people are believing in the UCLA, but I don't believe it. I think Washington State is here to stay in the ranks. I think they're trying to show every other conference that they deserve to be anywhere but the Mountain West, and I believe for them. The next game is going to be a 3:30 Eastern game. It's going to be Virginia Tech versus Florida State. I have Virginia Tech upsetting Florida State. Florida State's coming right off a bye week. Florida State hasn't been very good lately at all. It's going to be a very sloggy game. I think Virginia Tech's going to come out with the victory. I don't think Florida State's going to win by 24. They haven't proven that they can win by 24 at all on any good teams. Virginia Tech isn't very good, but Florida State, it's Boston College. That's all I got to say. Next big game is not at noon. It's going to be at like 3:30. I forgot to change it. I messed up, but I got Texas A&M dominating Alabama. Dominating. I think Alabama's going to come in here. Texas is going to expose their quarterback situation. They're going to expose that offense, and they're going to expose the defense that Alabama is going to bring up. Texas A&M is going to go 35. They're going to beat Alabama. Alabama is going to go X2 out of contention for the playoffs for the first time in a long time this early in the season. Next 3:30 game is going to be UCLA. It's going to be Syracuse, UNC. I have another upset. I have Syracuse proving the doubters wrong. They should be ranked. They're 5-0, but UNC is also undefeated, but I don't think UNC is a good team. I think they're going to lose to Syracuse here by 4 points. It's going to be it's going to be a grind fest. It's going to keep it to a crawl, and they're not going to cover on any front. The next big game of the week is going to be the primetime, 7 o'clock Eastern time, Georgia University, Kentucky game. I have Kentucky barreling over Georgia. I know I usually say there's only like one major upset that I have, but this week I'm saying the top 7 is going to be flipped on its head. There's going to be huge motion. Unlike last week, there was like no movement in the top 7, barely any movement from 7 to 10. So this week is going to change that. University of Kentucky is going to go in there, win with confidence. Georgia's going to lose, and they're finally going to get sent down the ladder, probably down to 10th overall after this embarrassing loss that they're about to experience. Next big game at the 7:30 primetime. It's not really a big game, but I do believe that Minnesota might have a chance, but the analytics are saying something else. Minnesota's tracker is saying something else. I have Michigan scoring only 35 here because Michigan on average in the last all of their games they've been in the 30 range. And their opponents have been scoring around 10. It's going to keep it close to about halftime, and then Michigan's going to get carried away and take it the rest of the way. Notre Dame just came off a great win against Duke, but they can't do it 2 times in a row. I do not believe Notre Dame can do this twice in a row at 7:30 in Louisville. Louisville is just coming in the rankings 5-0, and I think they're going to come in. It's going to be a slow game, and they're going to come out with a nice game-winning field goal. Either in overtime or right there at the last second. It's going to be crazy. They're not going to cover this over, and I don't think Notre Dame is going to win it all. Next primetime game is Ole Miss, Arkansas. I know I've watched a few videos. Some people are praising Arkansas. They're going to think they're going to beat Ole Miss, but I have Ole Miss at home dominating this game. Arkansas isn't good this year. They have no offense. They have no defense. Ole Miss has been struggling, but they have proven that they can play against the top talent. Ole Miss is going to cover over. They're going to get over 11, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to get to 62 points because I don't think Arkansas is going to score that. Next 8 o'clock game, Georgia Tech, University of Miami. Miami hasn't played anybody. Georgia Tech isn't good, but it's not going to change anything. This explosive University of Miami team is going to go out there, handle business. I don't even think I would give Georgia Tech 28 points. I think they will score 21 at most, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt because Miami's defense is a little So 42-28. They're going to cover I don't know about the cover. I don't think they might cover, but I wouldn't put any money on this game. This is too close to call when it comes to the minus 21, especially when it comes to the University of Miami's defense. Next game, I don't know. I don't really watch Fresno State, but Wyoming almost had them on Texas, and Texas is the third nation. Wyoming also beat some Power 5 conference opponents. I know Fresno State also beat Arizona State, but Arizona State isn't good. So, yeah, take that with a grain of salt. I have Wyoming upsetting with Fresno State in this one. At 10 o'clock Eastern time, Oregon State's going into California, dominating. It's not going to be close. It's not going to be anywhere near what the analytics are showing. Oregon State is a way better team. They might have had a rough loss against Washington State, but they're going to come in here, dominate. 35-7, easy. And then the USC-Arizona game, USC is just going to win. It's no question. University of Arizona is really bad. This is going to be a slow game. No one's going to watch it. It's going to be late at night in the East Coast, and Arizona's going to get rolled 42-10. That's my prediction. I don't think they're going to cover the 72. That is very high, but maybe the minus 21.5. And then the bonus content, Iowa, of course, we have an Iowa fan here. Iowa's going to cover the spread. They're going to go in there. It's going to be a slow game in Purdue. 21-10. I think Iowa offense is going to be pretty mediocre like best, but they're still going to cover even with their backup in. And yeah, and that's going to be it for this week. If you have any questions, please leave it down in the comments. Like and subscribe. Peace.